Hi, Grandma Debbie here. So today's my husband's birthday, and he doesn't like cake very much. He prefers cookies. So I'm going to make him cookies. But the thing is that he likes his cookies thin. So we're going to do a thin and crispy chocolate chip cookie for him. He just loves those thin ones. And it's funny, the way I found out was that right after we were married, I had made some cookies and I didn't put enough flour in them. And they spread out like crazy. And I was ready to toss them. And he was like, oh no, I love those kind of cookies. My first thought was, he's just trying to be a loving husband and eat whatever mistake I made. But through the years, I discovered that no, he likes a thin, crispy cookie. So that's what we're going to do for his birthday. And I thought it'd be fun if you come along with me. All right, so let's get going. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to, I'm going to get my oven going. I'm going to preheat it at 350. I don't know why I didn't start that before. Okay, so we need a cup of butter, and you want it to be room temperature butter. So this has been sitting out for about an hour, and so it is definitely room temperature. Probably even a little more than room temperature. Okay. All right, then we're going to add in 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. And then we're going to add in 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And I'm going to dump it on the counter. Okay. All right, and so then what we're going to do is we're going to cream together the sugars and the butter. And we're going to do this until it's nice and creamy. Okay, so I'm dropping everything in the kitchen. So let me clean up my mess because I made a huge mess. And I'll be right back. Okay, so this is combined. So now what we're going to do is in a separate bowl, we're going to add in, I don't know what we're adding. We're going to add in 1 3/4 cup of flour. That's 3/4. This is 1. Okay, and then to this we're going to add in, I don't know, we're going to add in a teaspoon of salt. And I'm using the pink salt. And then we're going to add in 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. So and then to this, we're also going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I love the smell of cinnamon. Okay. And then we're going to mix this up. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. So I'll just move it closer to you so you can definitely see what I'm doing. Okay, so we got that mixed. Now to our batter, our butter batter, we're going to add in 1 egg. And we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And I've mentioned this before, I make my own vanilla, so that's why it's in this kind of container. Whoa. Well, I did a little more than 1 teaspoon. Oops. It's going to be very vanilla-y. Okay, and then we're going to mix this up. Okay, now let me scrape the bowl down a little bit. All right, now we're going to add in the flour. We're going to do part of it at a time. So we're going to do this in two additions. Okay, so that's about half. Okay, and then we're going to add in the rest. I think I need that. Okay, now we're going to add the chocolate chips, and I'm making a huge mess. So we're going to do 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. Bag doesn't want to seal now. Come on, work with me. Okay, so we're just going to stir this in, the chocolate chips in. This is where you're going to get your workout. Okay, it looks like everything is combined. So I'm just going to leave this sitting here for a minute. I'm going to clean up my mess and grab the cookie sheets, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my cookie sheets ready to go. You do want to use parchment paper. It helps with the when they spread out. So I'm going to use a cookie roll, and you want to make for sure that you leave plenty of space for the cookies to spread out. So you don't want to put as many as you might normally put on a cookie sheet, because they're supposed to spread out. So I normally do 12. I'm only going to do 6 so that they have plenty of room to spread out. All right, so I'm going to get this first batch in the oven. They're going to cook for 14 to 15 minutes. So I'll be right back when we get these in the oven. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to get going on the next batch of these. Add a little more to that one. And I think a little more to this one. Now this recipe is supposed to make, I don't even know how many cookies it's supposed to make. 36 cookies. So we'll see. All right, so I'm going to continue on, and I'll bring you back for when the first batch is done. Okay, so the first batch came out of the oven. I did end up cooking them for 15 minutes as opposed to 14, but that's okay. So I'm going to let them sit here for just a few minutes. Then I'm going to get them on a cooling rack, and I did get the other ones in the oven. They're doing great. So these are looking good. I really think my husband's going to enjoy them. All right, so I will bring you back when they're all completed. Okay, so I finished up the cookies. This is what they look like. They're very thin, as you can see. Very thin. I think he's going to like those because, like I said, he likes thin cookies. So I'm looking forward to surprising him with them because he does not know that I'm making them for him. So I'm looking forward to surprising him. So it'll be fun. So I just want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey of making my husband's birthday special. I think he's going to like these cookies. He loves chocolate chip cookies, first off, but he also loves a thin cookie. So I think these are going to be perfect for him. He doesn't know that I'm making them for him. So it'll be a nice surprise for him when he gets off work and comes home. And so I'm looking forward to that. I hope that you're having an amazing day and everything's going great. And once again, I want to thank you for coming along with me. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and hit the share button, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.